And I would think you'd expect Sentinels to just veto bind as well.
Then for them to leave bind in here is going to be quite
yeah, this is kind of sketchy. Sentinels playing bind, and then they're playing Haven against this team that is just getting blown out time after time. They could just run quit strats, like shit that you would never expect. What if they just do like a 5 duelist comp on Haven? I would, oh my god, I'd be so scared. I would be terrified if they run like a comp like that on Haven.
Like,
if like NUTURN runs like a 5 duelist comp because they're just getting rolled on it, so you have no prep on that.
Yeah.
I think that's like honestly viable in a tournament like this if you have like a little bit of practice with that type of comp.
Well, the thing about watching NUTURN on Haven as well, it's like they run double duelist breach, right? They run jet raise breach, but they play in a way where they're like, it doesn't look like they're playing that comp. They play super slow and super defaulty, and the 2 times I saw them play Haven, they weren't explosive at all. I feel like that's what you have to be with jet raise breach. Like I feel like I remember their jet or their raise being like the flank wash, like their raise played as if he was a sentinel. So such a different style, which isn't not necessarily a bad thing. Before people are like, oh, HIKO NA brain, but you know, I feel like it's just different thought processes.
I'm just so confused. I'm so just. I'm not confident in these vetoes at all.
Just allowing off Lakia Sova on his map. Should they keep that same type of composition?
I wonder if we'll see comp changes.
I feel like we'd have to.
Here, where on Bind, again, looking back at the North American scene or even at the European scene, you don't see that much jet being played anymore, right? So
I wonder if this is a big anti maybe, and they watched their Bind game and they were just so confident that it was weak, you know, and they're just gonna stick to some anti-strat and just grind it out.
This is like their same Haven comp they're playing on Bind.
But
jet breach.
I don't even like this pick from Sentinels just because of the way NUTURN plays their attack. There's no Sentinel. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Just because of how much NUTURN ping pongs around the mat, like back and forth. TP,
the
TP.
seesaw?
Yeah, just back and forth. Unless somebody's going to be willing to be that person to stay inside and anchor till the very end. Maybe that's what they'll do.
And with that said, it is time to kick off map 1 of this best of 3 here for the upper finals. It masters to Reykjavík between NUTURN and Sentinels. It is going to be very exciting to see how this one starts off. And it's going to be Sentinels on defense.
I literally thought Sentinels was going to win convincingly. I thought NUTURN didn't stand a chance. Now I'm not so sure after these vetoes.
On the shower side to delay, so you see the split already coming out from NUTURN, already expecting that it's going to be slightly weaker on that B side, and they had that flash and dash available too. But it's still going to be the duelist working.
Damn, that was like a dart on that first guy.
The utility instead of Sova to clear things up.
And the push actually here is being somewhat dismantled. It's just one prong that remains.
It's just dueling,
which is the
just fighting.
Long push, but
just
starting to
in the open, no fear.
Literally crouched in the open. I mean, they have their whole team here, right?
But can't really leave him out there by himself, and just
dude, they might.
So actually,
they might just win off just individual performance, if anything.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
just gonna.
If they play their normal game and just run through them.
I'm not sure exactly what they can do.
The problem is that if they give NUTURN like enough room to do these nutty execs that they have, then they could find themselves in some trouble. But yeah, if they just stay a little aggressive, fake some pressure, I think NUTURN is going to shell up.
2 kills into Hookah to show that, hey, the split, we expected it, even though they had less players, it still comes down to the aim battles, right? Tens open up quite well. And Harry at this point, he's just
it's a decade of experience right there.
Build the economy and just let Sentinels. Hopefully, he could catch someone on the mistake. Does get the headshot into Dapper, but that's it. Sentinels, they open up the board in this series.
And that means we'll go straight into the anti-eco there. The defenders of Sentinels having the
Dapper is so good at this game.
On his SMGs, I'd imagine.
It's insane.
But what should we expect here from
so much impact in his role.
Obviously, they did not get
like relative to the other people playing his role.
Never mind.
Like as like the solo anchor a lot of the time. I agree.
And that's something that's for me unorthodox.
Hey, he's doing the wall.
When you look at the playstyle of NUTURN, they actually just go for a force
the EU wall.
to get a spike plant down. even if they lose a round, but losing a round, not getting a spike plant, and going for a buy, they just want to try to catch up right away. And they only killed 2 players too, right? But you see at the beginning of the round, they're holding a default because of that.
Dude, they actually bought?
They forced. Yeah, they forced.
They're so screwed.
They hold back on a default, and NUTURN seems to be wanting to just execute.
But just be a short pop with the breach flashes.
They're so screwed.
So just already fired his Spectre, so I think that this is known right now from Sentinels. They know that there's a buy coming through here, and they are going to
that right there is why you can't do that against an Astro.
Completely denied by Sentinels, and now
I don't know why they thought buying was a good idea though.
Now for NUTURN to get some kind of damage in on this round, and really there's a huge amount of pressure to get damage. They've done no damage so far.
Ooh.
There's one headshot, a second comes through from Lakia. That is at least
try and
do some damage.
Yeah. Took away some guns.
We
All
actually do love those
little spray and pray over there. Didn't work out, but
on this force buys that they have, and it just shows how an asset right now could be very detrimental to these explosive plays from NUTURN, right? As they're trying to dash across, you saw those scars came on the ground, Nova Pulse, Gravity Well. It just split only Jet allow by himself.
That's so
site,
funny.
And it's just an easy picking from an off angle just by towels, by the double backs at the A site for Sentinels.
At least he killed some on their full force.
Didn't even cross into the site. This should put them on a full eco right now for NUTURN.
That's actually so dope that I think Tens is like the only arena in this tournament.
As his force spot for NUTURN and Lakia.
He's really hard to prepare for because no one else is playing him.
On the 4th round, they should still be able to go
I think that's true.
Standard full rifle rounds.
It's not like Reyna's much to prepare for though.
But you have to worry about that person just playing super annoying and disruptive and then dismissing away. That's like something unlike any other agent.
I mean, I like to think of it as just a jet. Is that weird?
We can see that bolt line towards
well, Arena can like play like front APC and then dismiss to the backside, whereas the Jet like doesn't really have a dash ability. So Arenas can play like these weird off angles that are very difficult to account for without like Sova utility or Sky Flashes or something.
Well, basically you're saying like certain off angles and tight angles, like a jet dash would work, but it would just get you in another vulnerable position and you die. Meanwhile, Reyna you could stick her there and she'll get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They have such an enormous advantage on the weaponry that they just should never give peeks to these sheriffs. That's how they lose the round, is by giving a peek.
He misspoke.
He
misspoke. I understood what you're saying.
Suddenly, you don't want to give those ones up.
You know you can spam that corner where Solo's in?
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was talking about this with Paper Thin at the same time too.
With a Phantom?
No,
like with a Guardian.
In Korea, in general,
it's nice.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it owns.
In warm up until you're actually able to hit maybe 20.
Thought you do unbind? You buy Guardian for that spot specifically?
No, on this map, I buy it a lot because you could spam through all of you as well. Or yeah.
That's true.
It's nice. And then like the spams on shower, like that's even better. It's just better. It's just a better gun to spam through. Just random shit.
I think that gun is recoverable indeed.
I catch myself shooting through a lot of walls on this map for some reason.
That's good though.
Playing for the content, you know?
The YouTube clips?
Yep. Does anyone know the spam yet? Have anyone learned it? The pillow spam or?
Oh, that's a big round for Sentinels to lose actually.
What a flash.
That was so good.
Wow.
What a conversion. I don't
Talent.
think Sentinels had any idea.
See how hard that was to do?
The breach lurk. Literal breach lurk. Like winning them around.
Up towards Long B, made it all the way to spawn side and said, we know the Viper wall's there. We know that there's potentially a judge being played from Dapper from that previous round. Let's just play the long-range battle. And for him to catch that kill and take the Spectre
Wonder if Zombs had stars.
to allow the rest of NUTURN to work towards that.
If he did and he didn't use them, he's fucking up.
Was huge. Dapper, mid-range with a judge. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He loses it towards HIKO, and that was a much-needed eco for NUTURN. Because look at this, the tides have turned. They have the economy advantage for NUTURN's side, and Sentinels. It's now Sentinels' turn to be on an eco. But that said,
it's the dev nade right there.
Have a Marshall. He's playing towards the speed side where
I fear that nade.
Once again. So you're just again trying to hold the economy.
Those show matches back then were rough. Dude, they were rough.
I feel like that was supposed to provide positive attention for the game, but it actually backfired hard.
Yep.
Sentinels defense. And Sentinels, They do, of course, really want to lean as many.
Like looking at it now, it was fine, but at the time,
that's where they've seen the
he got so mad about it.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Like this really does call many things. The information to know what's going on, and
might have worked a bit.
They're just walking back and forth.
Yeah, so Shazam, his recon dart came up, he shot it towards long B, and Tens is still watching Hookah long B with the Marshall, so they had the right numbers advantage, and now they're guessing that it's going back towards B, and this is a perfect call.
A great fall line coming through the epicenter.
He hit that mid-air?
Yeah,
he did.
Oh, actually hit him. I think he leg shotted him there.
That right there, though, if he didn't do a quick scope, if he just left, he would have killed him right in the air for sure. Just because of how accurate that Marshall is.
Yeah, and he shoots so fast.
It's so fast. Yeah, he had enough time to left him twice. Dismiss, backside, take his gun. Woo. Just imagine.
I mean,
yeah.
Just killed like 4 off that.
That would be so sick. Yeah, I've learned to use the Marshall. I don't even scope in with that thing. I can't hit anything with it scoped. I just can't.
There we go. Sick, trying to do some damage there.
I use it like a better sheriff.
Yeah, I feel that. I can't hit any of my shots with any gun anyway, so.
Yeah, true. You always miss the first shot. You get like the third or fourth.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan.
Once we had Zeta that actually came into North America and was playing that breach, right? And he even played at some point with 180 ping and was still able to get aces across the board in North America. So now that we have a finer taste of how good he is in terms of the utility with the breach on different maps such as Split, for example, as well with Cloud9 currently, it now shows how good NUTURN.
I wish this game had like some wacky crosshairs, not just like how Counter-Strike has it with like the different ways of just size, length, blah blah blah. Like I wish there was like some weird custom ones.
I feel like you should be able to tilt the crosshair instead of being just like a cross. You can make it like an X essentially.
Oh, I see. Like the Sova symbol or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I also think they should do like 0.5s for all the sizes because 1920 is kind of rough with some of the crosshairs.
Imagine 1440.
You're on 1440?
Yeah.
Like 1440? Oh, like you're on 2K?
Yeah. All the crosshairs. On 1440p, all the crosshairs look like shit. All of them. That's why I wish I had a custom one.
Yeah, I've never played this game above 1920. Does it look sick? Or is it just like super high def?
Yeah, it's just more clear, yeah.
Hang on, there's nothing going on towards A.
And I can tell you if I go to 1080, everything looks blurry, so it's doing something right, I guess.
Default right now for Sentinels, because again, another recon dart meanwhile went towards B, but here's the explosion towards the A site. Oh, that's a beautiful flash there coming in to allow Suggest to get the kill on Zombs.
That's what we need to see. I want to see more of that, the dash with the breach flash.
Indeed for NUTURN. 2 players on shower side for Sentinels though, and you can, oh, what a call from NUTURN. There is 10 still to worry about on the site. If they can deal with 10s, they're in a great position. There comes the spray through. That's good to deal with 10s. The recon dart sent forward as well to try to take control of the B.
If he had his gun out, he might have won that fight.
Across the map at the moment, as indeed the spike is on the ground by the TP.
It's close.
Doesn't matter.
Sat on right now. NUTURN have no way to recover it. Lackey is going to go down.
It's just classic.
It was a great idea to readjust, knowing that there's 2 players.
It's weird that they just took full control of U-Haul, like cleared all of short, but that was like the misdirection, and they're still trying to go B.
Yeah.
I don't even think it saw that player from NUTURN at long B.
It worked, kind of. They needed a spawn smoke to support that hookah rush, and that guy Garden needed to wait for his team.
Yeah,
and then it would have
got a free kill.
Yeah, and then it would have worked.
It's a similar story than that pistol round. They dropped the spike.
They just didn't have as much respawn, so the hookah guy died.
I mean, Tens ended up losing the duel, but still, I don't know, you want to crunch together. I think he lost the duel, right?
Yeah, he lost the second one. He got a kill, and then Shazam got a kill from spawn to hookah because of smoke. Yeah.
Trying to see somebody's playing close inside the area. You see that they're also setting up for a flash and also a fault line to allow Suggest to get into hookah at the same time to gain early map control. But then after that, the spike's still down though. They're still trying to see if Sentinels are going to try to play that hand where sometimes they want to push forward, but Sentinels are not. They still have that 3 players on that A site, 2 towards B, and just the utility from Astra is going to be good enough to try to hold them back.
There's a lot of really great small details here from NUTURN that I'm enjoying, but it looks like we're actually going to get the execute into this A site.
Oh, Zon's going to kill while breach vaulted.
With a Spectre of all things.
And he gets a second one too.
Oh my god.
He's going to trade out Zombs, but it's all on Lakia now against multiple players. It's not going to happen. Sentinels defend. 4-2 now the score in favor of Sentinels.
That's just unlucky, really. Steal.
There are so many
2020
things
one.
Just,
Or 2020.
just unlucky, really.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Just really unlucky.
It's you know, they're using the utility.
It's like they literally had to waste 2 ults on the U-Haul guy, and the U-Haul guy still got 2 kills off of 2 ults being used on him.
Back, try to take control close into showers. It was a nice paranoia, a self-play from Carry to try to come out and win showers, but somehow Shazam, sorry, not Shazam, but Tens is towards that shower side. So Shazam is.
Only I'm ahead of you. Have you refreshed in a while?
What's your time?
133, 132, 131.
You're 1 second ahead.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ahead.
Okay, now I'm 26, 25, 24.
Yep, exactly same.
You always just fall behind slowly.
Yeah.
Happens or I do, I guess.
It's bad internet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Asher utility is ready and waiting to defend this B site. Question is, will NUTURN go back? They certainly can, and they certainly have the utility to deal with Dapper in that Viper's pit.
Correct. Lakia still has his Owl drone if they decide to fall back. So if they could waste out the utility out here. So he starts with shock darts just to add presence. That paranoia is going to be huge, but it still seems that they might want to commit at the beginning here.
Whoa, great catch from Shazam, taking down Allow as he dashes forward.
I think that was his dart. He threw that dart like straight in the air and it tagged the jet as he dashed in. That was kind of sick.
Fantastic stuff there from Zombs. Gets 2 kills out of it. But through the TP they'll go right now. Already suggests that. Solo still hanging out by Market. Is going to find himself 1 sick, using the satchel to try to get back away quickly. Knows that it's effectively a race to this site. Still has the paint shells. Still has the satchel. Can Sick find the first player? Yes, he can. There goes Lakia. A right click on the paint shell. Sick nails the clutch.
Just too easy, really.
No problem at all for him. And there's the defuse as well.
Yeah, so it was like he had to back up to get out of the nade, and he just couldn't shoot at the same time. Yeah. That was good. That was well played by Sick.
But he didn't want to use it right away. He knew that with about 15 seconds left,
and the teabag and the satchel.
Wasting money, dude. Come on.
I want to see how the jet got tagged. Like what tagged the jet as he was dashing out. Not gonna show it, but
it's definitely that dart that he shot up in the sky. I just don't know where it landed. I don't know if he winged it or if it was some sort of lineup.
Yeah.
An area where he has to play back instead of moving forward because of the radius of the paint shells.
It's also so strange to me that their breach is the lurker.
Yeah. 2 versus 1. A Red Bull clutch.
No way your only flashes, I guess, Omen 2 or your lurker.
It's going to be a force buy coming in, or maybe a half buy, but it's going to be the
yeah, it only seems like they use their flashes early to do something like that. Get some like control, and then they leave it.
Maybe commit to it finally, and they open it up with the first kill.
I guess it's fair to do it.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like they don't. I feel like unless it's a set strat that they do, like a set exec, they're not flashing while they're taking something. You know what I mean? Like if there's no jet dash or satchels flying in, they're not just. He's not there because he's just lurking,
just sitting in the corner somewhere. Yeah.
It's weird. It's different. I don't know. I don't know if it's bad.
No, yeah, they had this play in shower, and then they had to play U-Haul with the jet dash. Other than that, I feel like he's had like 2 or 3 flashes the whole round.
Yeah. Still trying to try to get a pick towards his B side.
It's almost interesting like that. Even in post plants, I feel like they're using their flashes just to delay, rather than like NA or NA would do something like push and get control and try to get a pick. Which I think is the better option, but oh my god.
Both down. Allows trying to get spacing to trade Solo, but walks into the spray. Unfortunately,
that sucks. You're up 2 numbers.
It was looking good, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, you're up 2 numbers, 5v3, and then it's just even.
As to ferry that across now to the site to plant. Very limited time
here. Comes the ult.
He's going to satchel through. Oh, he's actually insane. There's the showstopper as well.
He got off the bomb too.
Sealed the deal. Is there time? There's no bodies left alive to carry that spike forward. It's going to be another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Sick has been fundamental there on that hold.
Yeah, I'm assuming what happened was they saw their bind, they're like, nope, we're not scared. It's not like it's looking really insane right now.
Spacing was a little bit off this time for NUTURN. They were looking for that fight for Sick. He's using that cover perfectly in front of the APC to even still get.
Just don't really like the way that NUTURN plays their attack.
I'm unsure what, like they got those 2 picks
to make
I feel
sure
like that
he
could have
gets
been
his
an
kill
easy
here.
group
It's not
and
too
just
bad, right? It's a 4 versus
exact
2.
together
I
smoke
don't believe that
flashes.
it's wasted because
Yeah,
But-
but they split, right? They're trying to do like an A split with 2 shower, 3 short.
Yeah.
When they have no weapons, really, is kind of interesting. Like if they, the second they got all the way up shower, I feel like the breach should have walked up short and like flash back side or something too.
You still want to farm these orbs up from 6 side. So Sentinels are playing this quite well here, where NUTURN, I know they're trying to force these rotations out, they're trying to force the hand, but they're not getting too much out of it so far since these gun rounds came in.
And one quick note as we are here in this tactical timeout from NUTURN is, regionally speaking, the difference in, the whole Vandal versus Phantom debate definitely seems to be that the Vandal's a little bit more popular in Korea than the Phantom, which is definitely, that's in North America, it's Phantom or bust, I feel like.
Oh, man, it depends on the maps. I think for me, I'm both. On a map like Bind, I do love playing the Vandal at the same time, especially on defense.
I was like, did Ten's ult last round? He must have.
To battle out towards HIKO area, but then
I don't think he got any.
Did
he?
Play, right? So it's easier
I'm not
picks.
sure if he ulted, but he definitely didn't get anything if he did.
I did see some.
He probably ulted, it expired, he got one.
The Vandal's been looking
Yeah, maybe because he still
crispy,
has a point.
I feel like he did it super early and it just timed out.
and Lockheed are kind of using it, right? You see how clutch they've been in the past games. Suggest continues the high percentage of the.
That's crazy that
he's playing.
He's the only one playing Reyna this whole tournament.
It's been pretty good for them.
It is. I think it's the first pick of Reyna, right? No other teams played on any of the other maps.
Yeah.
For NUTURN, but with now the pause
that's crazy.
A lot of bodies from NUTURN.
So I feel like Reyna is pretty common in NA.
Sorry, they'll HIKO control once again.
Okay, maybe not pretty common, but more than one in all the matches.
Snake bite.
Yeah, and the pressure on HIKO is
I don't know, I think pretty common's right to say.
Actually showing presence directly. They're not just utility, but players. And they have also Perry on the Omen sitting at short A in case Sentinels respond by pushing short, as Dapper sometimes plays closer around that position. Nothing doing, though, for Sentinels around that spot, so Perry's going to rejoin the rest of his teammates, which definitely suggests to us this is going to be a committed play here onto this B site. The Sentinels looking ready for it.
They're doing something. They're execing somewhere.
Yeah, you have Dapper once again. He could slow things
Do they
down.
fake it and hit the TP, or are they just going to send it here?
I think they hit it.
It's going to be a last-second hold, but it's off solo that they try to execute into B again for NUTURN.
Dapper somehow avoiding absolutely everybody on the
Wow,
side.
Dapper played that
so...
Oh my god, so well. He completely saw that guy that was revealed on the right hand. Or I don't know if he's revealed. I don't know if Silver works like that. But that guy that was on the right hand side just ignored him. Worked all the way around.
He was breach stunned. He was getting Sova ulted, and he still somehow dodged them and got 3 and almost a 4th. That was insane.
Be able to find a 1v1 here. Soms is close. Lakia turns the corner, but Soms knows he's got a great timing on that one.
I'm not really sure what.
And Lakia's down. Another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Oh, that was his own teammates.
And they were ready, Dan. You mentioned
I'm not really sure what happened.
Was it?
I think it was, yeah. That was the Sova ult was his own teammates. His own teammates hit him, yeah.
Just a trade off if needed, but you don't need a trade out if Dapper is going to go ham like that. And not only that, yes, it did execute quite well for NUTURN, I like to say. Solo going.
Well, we'll be able to tell in a second because if Shazam still has his ult. Wait, no, it was the other team's ult. You see the Sova ulting him long TP.
Yeah, I'm saying his teammate hit him. I thought it was Shaz's, but it wasn't.
You're already coming in with the K on top of that, so you're melting down, getting into the site. So anchoring a Viper.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that went so wrong. Dapper just, if Dapper didn't, if he didn't wrap around that left side, I think they would have won. It all just came around Dapper going around that left side and just completely owned them. Because they were all on the left side pushing and trading the left.
Why try to fix things, right?
I feel like the Astro wall was big too because it supported him to not die from the HIKO guy either.
Yeah.
That's really good.
With that showstopper, able to take down one. That's U-Haul control in the bag. And
okay.
Another one off with the classic. This is a great look so far from NUTURN. They've got full control of the site.
How did they just win this so convincingly? What the hell just happened?
They win the last round how they did. Now they lose a round like this. It's just so Valorant.
It's not looking fantastic for them at all. Tens will try to bully his way forward, but
Daz just left or what?
Tag him and he's going to be forced back.
Yeah, pretty quiet game so far by Tens too.
For Shazam and Tens as they make their way forward. NUTURN not overstepping.
I mean, I feel like the only reason it's kind of quiet for him is because his team is kind of owning. I feel like everybody, like Dapper's holding well.
Yeah, they also are
like they're all holding well.
Wait, did we speak too soon?
Won't be able to defuse the spike at this point, but maybe he can make it hurt on the way down.
Oh, it's looking
that
way.
I feel like Sentinels plays very unconventionally at B. Like they don't fight for hookah. They have Viper stuff there, but they're like turtling in the site. Or they feel like most teams will try to like hold hookah or like have like a hookah trap, or the Rays will try to nade through the TP and stop it. Sentinels just like, yeah, you can have hookah, but you're gonna have to enter into the site, and we're gonna have 3B every round. So good luck with that. I think it's hard to play against.
I'm wondering if that was a read from NUTURN, and that's why they hit so quickly at A.
Yeah, you saw the Rays like boombot into or satcheled into U-Haul before they even realized with his ult. Yeah, it could have been. But now, in typical fashion, they're going back to trying to default again, and there it is.
Dude.
Oh, that almost took someone out.
I think they might have still been vulnerable.
NUTURN, I think, you know, they're in a position now where they need some control of something.
That would have been epic.
They don't have hookah control, they don't have the long, they don't have showers.
Just whiffing, really completely whiffing those darts.
Just, yeah. Come on, so you can't do us like this.
For NUTURN to take this away. NUTURN are just holding though, they're just waiting.
God, you should see me play Sova. I'm so bad.
They still have the pain shells coming out. Waiting for the
you're probably pretty sick.
For Lucky at the same time too.
My darts are the worst.
Just so they can push,
you just wing everything?
Yeah, everything. I don't have a lineup for anything, so they can either be, they're either absolutely insane or garbage. There's no middle there.
Looking to be another slow default for NUTURN. Try to force out a rotation.
You just gotta learn some lineups. They're not that hard. Just gotta double bounce them and full
yeah, but the
power
problem, so the problem here, like with me, is that you gotta learn some lineups. So I play the character, I learn some lineups, and then I'm bored, so I go play Jet, or I go play Reyna, or go play someone else, and then I play them for so long that I forget the lineups. Then I go through that whole process again.
Yeah.
So then I just accepted the fact that I just won't do it, you know?
He's looking to get more here, but
yeah,
actually able to convert some frags.
Sick is owning.
Damage from U-Horse up to Solo, and he's just too slow for that one. Dapper swings around the side with the Spectre to close things out in this round. Another one here for Sentinels.
I'm actually surprised they were able to make it out of shower with 15 seconds left when they had Asher still. I don't know if there was a star there, or maybe he used a second short. But
four Sentinels did work quite well on the back of how Sick has been playing towards this U-shaped hallway. So with that, the run and gun very strong for that Spectre
toxic, really.
And the Sentinels are just
really just toxic. Yeah, just the NA mentality, just so toxic.
From NUTURN of just like maybe exploding into these sites, playing these defaults have been working a little bit here just to at least get the spike down, but they're losing a lot of bodies right now at the
time to alt 10s and just own them.
I think again, leveraging how Solo plays with his utility to enable maybe a double duelist to get into the sites, they could come out with something on top later on.
On the Viper's Pit on A short again from Dapper. Previously, when Dapper did this,
I definitely don't know what we got across.
Just went for a
I don't think it's gonna matter, but
they split B, and it was
it's funny because they've pretty much given hookah every round, but they're still wasting boombot, sometimes nade, first Sova dart. I feel like they don't even need to waste all that.
There are two players still around B, which may try to sell something. Perry's there as well, so 3 around B here for.
Oh my god, dude.
Is he going to finish this one off?
Oh, we got him.
That looked just difficult. That looked difficult to do.
It is, and he got a 1D off right after that ult too.
It's just evolved into pure chaos here in this round. Dapper could be the man to maybe bring some sense of this one.
No.
Able to take down Solo, but the trade's through.
4v1.
And now Tens is alone, so...
Ten's got this, right? Certainly he wins these.
His ult is gone, but...
Just went down. Only half armor as well.
We were talking about a default force to rotate. I think off that Hunter's Fury.
He knows one's heaven.
On top of that, I like the idea of Shazam pushing down.
Kills Jet. Full suck.
Yeah,
150.
Yeah, he's got it.
Out the Hunter's Fury. But to be able to get a flick shot, it was probably off. It was definitely off camera, but probably was a flick shot coming in.
Pulling the Asuna. Walking around with his knife out.
He knew he was there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he figured he dropped. I'm not sure.
Have good positioning from Allow and from Solo to trade that off right away and secure.
Good half still by Sentinels. It was big. 8-4.
That's positive to end the half for NUTURN.
Oh, they show the 1D after this too.
Great result.
Shazam whiffed.
Such a good defense there from Lakia. Able to catch the punch.
I think that if he got that kill, the round would have been theirs.
4 rounds, it's definitely workable. And again, something that's been so fun in the past to watch from NUTURN. And
wait, did you just say
like
he pulled an Asuna?
Teams from this region.
Yeah.
Is what
so he does a lot. Knife out.
Yeah, he runs around with his knife out a lot. I respect it. It's just, you know.
We might see something like that here towards long.
Sometimes you get caught.
Especially when it's two.
So yeah, and sometimes you look like a god because you just had such a fast flank.
Potentially coming it down with Suggest at the same time, but Zoms is waiting for it. So they didn't go for a flash. They played for a contact. They're playing for a lot of bodies. Super passive play for Sentinels, and they know that the A site's weak now. Dapper's already inside the A site.
They're not sure.
The 4 push.
Control, though. They will slowly try
The
to clear
4 push long B.
NUTURN. Actually,
I don't know if I've seen that one before.
So they still have a ways to go.
It's not terrible because now they have
So this might go down
a
to
triple flank, but
yeah, but it's just going to be so many bodies watching that flank. They might be able to catch Zoms. Okay, he was able to come out.
Ooh, this is not looking good.
So
they might not expect Zoms. Oh
it's looking
no.
very dangerous here for Shazam. Sending out the shock darts, the snake bite will delay things somewhat.
Oh no.
He is dead.
Absolutely owned. There's nothing he can do about that. Tens and Dapper left standing.
Ten's got
doing the damage here. They don't know about Tens.
They're running around with their knives out too.
Be able to heal off of that kill and finish the job.
The first guy the breach just knife out trying to run this site. Just no fear of a guy in U-Haul at all.
Just seem to be closing time and again.
Yes, it's just difficult there for NUTURN. Yes, they had the numbers advantage or at least a lot of bodies to set up for these trades, but when you're playing...
Your chat is saying that was probably a counter-strat, because apparently the last 2 times they played blind, they did the same thing.
You're just trying to go for
I don't know if they're trolling or not, but...
And sometimes they're guessing a 50 or guessing the wrong angle. Tens is waiting there. Sentinels had a perfect crossfire setup on the first get-go, but still
the 4 walk down long B?
Yeah.
Oh.
So people are like, they always do that. Like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
To guarantee that round.
With 4 though? Like 4 people.
Inside that shower is gravity well in.
I can understand a 2, maybe a 3, but 4?
They usually you see 3. I don't know about 4.
And it's gonna be actually sorry, it's stick going back. So it's just gonna be a slow play for Sentinels right after that.
The A-short push comes through though. Dapper's waiting for a beautiful angle on this one. Oh, actually gets spotted, and they might be able to finish him off here, and that would be a great result. He is proving to be quite troublesome. Tens is there for support, so
if there's a player you don't want to feed eco kills to, it's Tens.
10-4 now. Sentinels with quite a nice lead. But we will be going into the first buy rounds here for NUTURN, and so this is where the comeback starts. If there is to be one, it needs to get started right here.
So twice that NUTURN tried to go with the contact play with the pistols. First time on long B, second time just to try to see if they could run for a double peek down towards short A, but super passive play from Sentinels after the initial utility that was thrown towards shower side to really funnel them.
You got practice today, HIKO?
I don't actually.
With that bulldog.
Weekend? What day is it? Friday?
Friday. We had a couple teams cancel on us, so I think we're trying to practice on Sunday instead of today. Something like that.
Lurking on his side at short A.
Yeah, Dapper's pretty deep here. He's going to actually just dip completely through the TP. He'll go. NUTURN quite well set up here to defend the B sides. Solo baiting for Allow there. Scary position to be in, but as Jet definitely answers. A nice flash coming through from Solo. Lakia spots the...
There we go. Some aggressive breach flashes.
Big pickup though. Allow will finally go down in HIKO, and the push comes through to complete.
Why not practice every day? Because that's just not how it works.
Again, it looks good at the offset for for NUTURN.
Every single day? Every single day you're going to line up scrims with no cancellation of other people? No.
It was perfect to start things
Nothing.
off with the flash to allow Lakia to get that kill.
That's,
but as soon as they
that's
lose a
rare.
player for Sentinels at long B, they double
Like, you
swing
might
into
think you want to
Uka
practice
to
every
overpower
single
Loud
day.
and just open up the B side after that. So
But
you're
then, just
losing a
like
player
HIKO
towards
said
long B
today,
for the
3
defense.
teams
Solo's
canceled
by
on him.
himself here
What are you
towards
supposed to
the,
do?
B side as well. And
Teams
Sentinels
are
just
practicing
plays
against
the
canceled.
advantage, and unfortunately here for
What do you do?
it is going to be a save for him, and Sentinels will be moving up to another.
You watch
round.
matches, I guess.
It looked good at the beginning, but they still don't have an answer when Sentinels actually execute into the site. And you still have to be careful for Dapper, though. The way that he's continuing to lurk like that, they're controlling the pace quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's looking like the beginning of the end here already.
Seeing that they
Yeah.
sort of split the defense across Yuka and Long, and really relying on the breach's ability to allow a good defensive
That's so
option,
unlucky,
but
dude.
You see, like,
yeah,
it,
just look at how
he's
Sentinels
peaked for
just
1
come
second,
through
and it just so happened the timing,
on their push.
right
They
when the
decide to
Sova
go
dart
in
was
there
like the
looking
scan
really
was
strong.
reaching him.
Just going to continue to condition now some early presence from Sick.
This was NUTURN's pick, I think, right?
Hookah. A little bit of a change though.
You can practice solo. Doesn't really work like that, but
a 3-player stack from NUTURN on the A site.
sometimes practicing solo is a negative impact. Like, if you were to, okay, so if you were to
Sick just holding position
instead, like, okay, imagine this. Imagine a world in where you're practicing against professional teams and scrimming for a week, okay? And then you take your same team that you practice with, and they all decide to do ranked instead for a week. That's bad. That's not practice. That's just bad. You know? There is a world in which no playing can actually be a positive outcome.
Going all of the way here. Sick with an extremely forward position. They have no idea about this one. How deep will he go? Is he going to try to actually get into spawn? He's going into spawn. He's going all the way. Solo though from up top.
He took out the classic.
Deal with Zoms at least.
Are you trying to explain why pro teams don't play 7 days a week?
Yeah.
12 hours a day?
Yeah.
Well,
someone's like, why not practice every day to be better? And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I mean, playing too much hurts.
Yeah, bro.
Most of the time.
Zaki has almost diffused it entirely, and there it is. There's nothing that Sick can do.
And also, even if let's say you were the one that wanted to do that, just like today, your practice, your teams that you're scrimming against, canceled. What are you supposed to do then? Play ranked? It's not fucking practice. That's not practice.
Just have like a 8-hour-long theory crafting session. It's like, yeah, that's, you know.
There's a point and there's a cap in which you, like, when you're like even like when you're practicing, like, if you just like go too hard, you're actually just hurting yourself more than you're helping.
Yeah, you don't know. I have a wild term for you. Diminishing returns, right?
Yep.
You practice too much, and it actually hurts you more than it helps you.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like your mental with the teammates, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to it. People just wouldn't get it.
No, they. Yeah.
We're this is a J Omega Lil B, and you know, we should just be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The timing is really bad for NUTURN on this one. Sentinels picked the perfect moment. Very well played. Perry in the backhalls there would suggest not a lot to be done at the moment, especially with the smokes down. But yeah, that gravity well, it completely blew up the NUTURN's aggression on Long, and because of that, they were then just caught in a really awkward timing. So especially Astra gravity walls, man, they're something to deal with.
They've definitely been quite strong, because at the same time too, you're showing a body down towards that long B, so you think there's going to be a little bit more presence there. So you're still
people took your diminishing returns quite literally, too literally, I think.
Yeah,
I think they took it so literally that they missed the point. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes you got to pick your battles with Twitch chat. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes you just let them just ride it out until they forget.
Yep.
defense. And unfortunately, this now puts Sentinel at
I'm not gonna lie, this match is
in the series.
not even close.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, I don't want to say it's not entertaining, but it's just like Sentinels are just pushing and just killing them every round, it seems. They just have no chance.
Like, I was worried that they let Bind in, but Sentinels must have, like, watched them play Bind and realized we could take this. Like, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we thought the same thing, that, oh, Sentinels doesn't really play Bind against most teams. We'll play them. And then we play them and they beat us like 13-4. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that was great. What a great thought process we had there.
Because NUTURN wants to get aggressive, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's just such an awkward playstyle to play against. You don't get to, they don't play Bind the way normal teams or the way most teams play Bind, where, you know, like I said, a lot of teams will fight for hookah, and Sentinels just basically says, we'll throw some utility in there, but you can have hookah if you want it on their defense at least. And, you know, good luck trying to execute me. You have 3 guys in like triangle formation in the site, ready with Sova Dart and flashes and Viper. Like, it's hard to play against that. And, you know, Astra sucks from across the map too. It's just like, what can you do?
And I think this is what the second tactical timeout that NUTURN's used, right? So they don't have any more left for the map. So you don't only need to focus into this round. Of course, you have to focus into this round because losing this round, you lose the map. But you have to also think 2 or 3 rounds ahead. How can you now start anti-striding, understanding how Sentinels currently plays? And outside of those gravity wells towards Long B, that's
Perry
one
is
of the hands that's
not having the great one. Not having the great one here.
What do you mean?
I think he's like 1 in 13 right now.
They've done a good job
Perry?
so far playing that short A
I
side,
believe they're Omen.
Oh, Perry. Oh my God! I thought you were. Wow, my brain. Okay.
What Perry do you think I was talking
I thought
about?
I thought you were talking about Penny, and I'm like, what match are you watching right now? I misheard.
It's always the Omens. It's a meme. And in ranked, your Omen is always like the worst player.
It's just about figuring out a way to get into a setup where you can use both of those effectively.
Dude, I just realized, what is this? This comp for defense is terrible.
Trying to hide it by starting it.
Yeah.
I just realized what comp they're running right now.
Killing blow of the Hunter's
They're
Fury.
double duelist breach, and they won what 3 rounds on attack, and they didn't do anything explosive. That's what we were talking about even on their Haven. Their Haven just looks odd.
Oh, we're about to see it.
But after that, now you're falling back.
Was Haven map 2?
I think so, yeah.
As that Eldro comes up,
Let me check.
you had Sick walk in, and that's an early kill, a great way to start things off for Sentinels. It's evened up on a 4-4 right after.
Oh
though,
man,
but
this might be a
Sentinels are still
quick
looking
2-0.
to team up and work towards
This
it.
might be a swift one.
So Jester's actually making his way over as well. Might find a timing. Has the Vandal too. Going to be key in converting the kills here and holding the hookah, which he will do successfully. Allow comes in, out the TP. Dapper with the trade though, and that is the spike. Recoverable there for Dapper. He'll grab that one and ferry it back to safety.
I think he knows he's in showers.
To the A site.
He heard him or something.
Where is the
Yo, boys, I'm gonna dippity for the day. It was fun though.
I see. You came back just to say you're leaving.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, you've been gone for a while.
You've been gone
All
for
right.
so long. You come back to say you're leaving. You should have just left, man.
I should have.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've been sitting.
Toxic.
He knows he can die through the snake bite. He knows
Later.
the
Later.
pressure is on here for Sentinels. Dapper has to go forward and plant the spike.
That's really
Jess
just
could
so
make a
dad
break
of him
in
to
front
do
of the
something like
knife.
that.
And there is the peak
I'll
from
be honest, if
Tremendous
that was
off
me,
the
I would have
ferry.
just left.
In the 1v2, NUTURN alive in
He's
this
been
round.
AFK for like the last hour.
Yeah.
It might be overhead just here unless Perry can come up with something.
Wait, he's back. Shh, he's back.
Nick
DR,
will hear the
DR.
stepping that Perry's making. They will have a read of his position. Perry using the time that he has to walk through the toxic.
He tried to go
street. It
through.
doesn't feel good here for Perry. I
Like,
think it's
nope,
fully
went
filled up
back.
as well.
They tried to go through and he hit the
Sentinels
box.
until finally Tens will finish off
Oof.
Perry, and
That
is
was
the first
painful to watch.
in the bag.